Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. In this video lecture, I shall be telling you about the infinitive. Let's first define an infinitive. An infinitive is a non-finite verb, and a non-finite verb is the one which does not show tense. As you already know that the form of the verb helps you identify the kind of the tense, but a non-finite verb does not help you identify the kind of the tense. An infinitive is a verb form that is not limited by person, number, or tense. As I have told you earlier, that a non-finite verb does not show any tense and it is not limited by number or person because it is a free verb and it is the base form of the verb and usually has to before it. For example, it is rude to shout at others. In this sentence, to shout is the infinitive verb because it is not showing any tense and it is a free verb which is not limited by person or number. Here is our second sentence which says, it is important for you to complete your homework. To complete here is infinitive because it is not showing any tense and it is not limited by number or person of pronoun. Here is another example. It is not safe to drive so fast. To drive here is your non-finite verb and it is an infinitive. So you can see that to shout, to complete, and to drive here are used as infinitives. Let's talk about full infinitive and bare infinitive. The verbs that take an infinitive with to are known as full infinitives. For example, he wants to invest his money in a business. In this sentence, to invest is full infinitive. We can simply say that a full infinitive has to with a verb in it, but a bare infinitive is different from the full infinitive. The verbs that do not take to are called bare infinitive. For example, he heard someone slam the door. In this sentence, slam here is the bare infinitive because it does not have to before it. Let's discuss some important points about infinitives. The first point says that the modal verbs usually do not take to, but ought takes to. Ought is a modal verb. It does not have, it takes to with it, but the rest of the modal verbs do not have to before them. For example, you can sit there. You can see that can here is the modal verb, but it does not have to before it. He ought to look after himself. You can see that ought has to after it. Here's the second important point, which says that the phrases like had better, had rather, would rather than, and sooner than do not take to. For example, I would rather practice than preach. You can see that. See the second example. He had better go before it gets dark. So in these examples, would rather and had better do not have to. Let's do some exercise. It says, fill in the blanks with full or bare infinitives. The first statement is, he offered dash me. You have to use full or bare infinitive. I want you to guess the answer. Yes, you are right. You will say, he offered to help me. So we filled this blank with a full infinitive. Here is the second sentence. The nurse made me dash the medicine. Take is your verb. Now guess the answer. Yes, you're right. You will say, the nurse made me take the medicine. You will fill this blank with a bare infinitive. Here is the third sentence. I told him dash me pay the bill. Let is your verb. Now fill this blank. Yes, you're right. We will say, I told him to let me pay the bill. You filled this blank with full infinitive. Here is the fourth sentence. Do you like dash television in the evening? You have to fill it with the verb watch, either full or bare infinitive. Yes, you're right. You will say, do you like to watch television in the evening? You fill this blank with a full infinitive. And here is our last sentence, which says, you had better dash from this job. Remember the important point about had better, and fill this blank with a full or bare infinitive. Yes, you are right. You will say, you had better resign from this job. So you filled this blank with a bare infinitive. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Allah Hafiz.